So I'm currently on my way to a dealership right now in Warrensville, Illinois. What could we be doing? You take a guess, let me know in the comment section down below. Let's get into it. Don't mind my squeaky shoes, but check this place out. It's a Viper back there, 2014. Some freaking G-Wagons. This place is nuts. And this is what we have now. We're going from a Hellcat to a modded Camaro ZL1 2017. Let's get a cold start here. Somewhat of a cold start. It's got Corsa exhaust. I forgot how to cold start these. I think we got it. Yep. It's pretty loud, but she sounds amazing. Man, does she sound amazing. I'll be honest, it's nice to be back in a Camaro. I've missed mine. More about that coming soon. Okay, so we're actually in the Camaro ZL1. I realize I haven't done a video in a while. It's been a couple weeks since I've got the car. Since the video that you saw with the cold start, it's been a few weeks. I've just kind of been trying to figure out the car, but let's get right down to it. Let's talk about why did I get rid of my 800 wheel, roughly, built transmission 2015 Challenger Hellcat. Well, honestly, it boils down to quite a few things. So let's talk about number one. Unpopular opinion, but the seats just aren't comfortable. You're sitting at like a 90-degree angle, like you're sitting at a chair at the dinner table, as opposed to sitting in a recliner and having your legs kicked out more. The seating position in the Challengers in general are very high to begin with, and you can't lower the seat just from the basic standard height. So if I could do that, that definitely would have helped. But with the regular seating position, it hurt my back over a long distance drive, and I do like to travel. Which goes into point number two, is not only are Hellcats getting a bad rap from some, you know, dummies in the community. You've seen, you know, the street light takeovers, the highway takeovers and whatnot. But another thing is they're like the #1 stolen performance vehicle in the country. It is so easy to steal a Hellcat. It's insane. It's so easy to do. And that is also a problem for me, because if I ever want to travel, do events, and I have to park outside at a hotel, I can legitimately wake up the next day and it can be gone. That is an actual reality. People will be like, oh no, it ain't gonna happen, dude, you're just freaking out. No, if you're in the outside, if you're like in the suburbs of Chicago, or you're near a big city at a big event and you're staying over for a couple days, you can legitimately have your car stolen. They are targets. Now, obviously the ZL1 can be stolen as well. Any car could be stolen, but the Hellcats are so easy to steal that they're the #1 prey when it comes to performance cars when stealing them. So what about the next thing? Honestly, I like the amenities that are in the Camaro. Of course, you still have heated steering wheel, heated cooled seats. For you guys don't know this, but I actually had a 2017 Camaro SS. It was my first performance car. It was before I started this YouTube channel. I loved it. Again, I loved the seating position. I loved everything about it, the technology. But one thing that sets the ZL1 off is the interior lighting's pretty cool. Now that is an option for like a 2SS, and so is this next thing, the heads-up display. But it comes standard. It comes standard with the Camaro ZL1 standard. I don't have to option anything. So the colors are pretty cool. The heads-up display is extremely nice. Again, it already has all the other amenities that a Hellcat has. It doesn't have a wideband O2 sensor, so you can't see your AFR ranges, but that's okay. I mean, that's something you can add aftermarket. Another thing is this car is 600 pounds lighter, and I've actually already tore out the back seats because they're not even usable, and saved even that much more weight. It's easy to save weight in these just stock because they're 600 pounds heavier. A stock ZL1 is slightly faster than a stock Hellcat. I'm talking 707 horsepower. Heck, 717 is probably not going to make that much of a difference, just simply because of the weight advantage. And that leads me into the next reason, is they just weigh too much. Like, it's talked about all over the place. It takes less power in a Camaro ZL1 to run a 9-second pass in the quarter mile, you know, high nines, to get in the nines, than it does for the Hellcat. And also, this car does it all. It corners, it drives really well. You could take this to a circuit racing track and the very next day take it to the drag strip and just run laps around people. The possibilities are endless on this platform, but the Hellcat is mainly just a drag car. Now, that's something that I wasn't, you know, upset about. I want to go fast. That's all I really care about, is building a car and making it fast, have a 9-second street car, not a drag car, an actual street car. But the weight held it back. And then the last thing that really irked me about the Hellcat, and people always bring it up, for non-car people or people who just know a little bit about cars, you cannot tell the difference between all the Challenger and Charger models. People think they all look the same. There is nothing special about the way a Hellcat looks versus like a Scat Pack, or if you're not looking hard enough, even an SXT. And a lot of people brought it up. He's like, man, I think I see Hellcats everywhere. I'm like, well, you probably don't. They're like, well, I don't know. They all look the same. And it's true, but you can tell right away from the front end of a ZL1 that it's a ZL1. Now, I might be nitpicking here, but it is true. A lot of times I have people ask me, and then they're like, well, is it a red eye? Is it a Dodge Demon? I'm like, well, my car, you know, is pretty much just as fast, if not faster than those cars on the street, at least, as opposed to the drag strip, because the Demon has all the suspension parts and whatnot. But, you know, it just, overall, I enjoy the Camaro more because the seating is really nice. The car doesn't weigh that much. The extra amenities, the heads-up display, the lighting, I think it's really cool. The platform is a great platform to build off of for both drag racing and if you want to go around a circuit track, a racing track. And it's just fantastic. It's a fantastic car. It really is. It does it all. Now, if you need back seats, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different conversation. But I'm telling you guys why I actually went to a ZL1 when I had an 800 wheel horsepower Hellcat. Now, before I end this video, I do want to say that this car came with $10,000 worth of mods if you include labor and tuning. It's got a 2.3 upper pulley. It's got Corsa headers all the way into a full Corsa exhaust. And I'll actually go ahead and open her up for you there. Put it in sport mode. We'll drop a gear. We'll drop a few gears here, just so you guys can hear it. It's pretty loud. So it's pretty loud, but I don't mind that. It's loud on startup, but see, you could choose the different modes, because it has an MPP exhaust, and I could be quiet around town as much as I want to be, or I can be loud around town as much as I want to be. It's all up to me and how I want to drive, and that's definitely a really nice touch in the Camaro as in terms of aftermarket exhaust, as opposed to the Hellcat as well. But yeah, the full exhaust, it does have a flex fuel sensor, a really nice one, where I can use my Bluetooth app and see what the E85 ethanol content mix is. So it doesn't make it very hard to make sure I have the right ethanol content. But it's not turned on and it's not tuned for it. So I'm gonna go to HAP Performance, get the tune cleaned up, because it didn't make as much power as I thought it would. I got the dyno sheet and it said 567 on the dyno jet to the wheels. Whoa, they dynoed that stock, but the torque was around 650 wheels. Now that sounds about right. So we're gonna get the tune cleaned up in this car. Stay tuned for that. And we're gonna see what kind of ethanol blend we can run as well and get that much more power and let the engine run colder due to that as well. But there you guys go. Hope that clarifies everything as far as why I went from the Hellcat to the ZL1. We got a lot of exciting things coming up for this car. We got a lot of videos. I even have races already done. We got a lot of content coming to the channel, so make sure you're subscribed. And of course, we'll cover all kinds of fast car content. We're not strictly just a ZL1 channel per se, but we'll have all kinds of other races, other events we're going to be going to, other cars we're going to showcase. So if you got any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Smash that like button and subscribe. Be a part of the Fitz City fam. That's it with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.